Hey guys, hope you're all doing great. I'm Hoodie, and today we're going to check out some Reddit stories together. And if you enjoy listening to Reddit stories, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. The subreddit, Am I the Asshole? Returning Darkness. Am I the asshole for wanting nothing to do with my kids and ex-wife after 2 years of false allegations? Hold on, because this is a doozy. Last year my kids, 9 female and 7 male, ran away late at night/early in the morning. When found by some city officials, they claimed I kicked them out of the house. I woke up the morning of to the cops and CPS knocking on the door. I told my side of the story from what I knew, and they had my now ex-wife tell her side while keeping us separated. The cops claim our stories don't match and end up arresting me. I bail myself out that same day and go live with my parents for a while. I'm dealing with court, scared that I'm going back to jail or prison and that I'll lose my job that I had only been at for a year. A little over a month goes by and I get a phone call to have a meeting with the CPS woman in charge of our case. My daughter ended up making more allegations against me that did not make any sense to the CPS people, and when they asked her questions, she was unable to give them answers. My son ended up breaking first and admitting the whole thing was made up and that my daughter was the one to orchestrate everything. This reveal led to the charges being dropped and my daughter getting counseling and psychiatric help. For a while I thought things were good. We were on our way to fix things. I kept trying to get all of us into therapy, both individually and family. I was already in therapy due to this whole situation anyway. My ex kept dragging her feet, and it never went anywhere. After some other situations, with being displaced due to a natural disaster, and me trying to get things packed up in our old apartment, I get told by my ex she wants a divorce, so now I'm having to rush and try to find a place to live, which I did luckily. I actually move in tomorrow. Then 2 weeks ago I got served an emergency protection order by the county sheriff's office. I'm told it's because I allegedly hit my son and gave him a concussion while in the grocery store, where there are cameras. He had been taken to the emergency room by my ex the day before, but this event allegedly happened 4 days before that. I had told my ex that due to me having to get this house to rent, along with utilities in my name, adding up to over $2,000, that I wasn't going to be able to pay certain bills this month, but that I'll get them caught up as soon as I can to get everything paid off and even. I signed for the deposit almost 3 weeks ago, and the kids had been with her while I did this paperwork, and there was no issue. On the same morning I had taken my kids to the park so they could play and recorded videos of them being silly and having fun. I was talking to my therapist this week, and I told her what was going on and how I felt about being around my ex or the children. It's 2 years in a row of false allegations. I want nothing to do with any of them now. I'll pay child support gladly. I had an agreement with my ex before this all happened of paying $1,000 a month, $500 per paycheck, for child support. After all of this, am I the asshole for not wanting to be around the children and my ex after everything gets settled and found out to be lies again? Wow. OP, this whole situation sucks. I can't blame you for what you want to do. Of course, it sounds horrible. 2 years of false allegations. What you've been through absolutely sucks. But there's just one thing that's itching in the back of my head. The fact that yours and your wife's stories didn't match. If you were both asleep while this was happening, why didn't they match? What did she know that you didn't? What did she say that got you arrested? Because it wasn't just the kids saying that you kicked them out, which was a lie. And that's where I think the crux of this whole thing is. You haven't shared any evidence to support this. But my assumption is that your wife is behind this whole thing. Now, of course, I have no proof of this. It is just my assumption, but I'd be definitely looking for hints that could point to that. And what do you guys think? Let me know in the comment section. And now, let's move on with the first of 3 updates to see what happened next. So I have an update, along with answering some questions better from my previous post. When I first posted this, I was not in a good headspace, and I realized that I wasn't very clear. To be honest, I'm still not in a good headspace, but it's a little bit better. For starters, these false allegations started last year when my kids were 9 and 7. When I said 2 years, I meant calendar years. When I said I spoke to the police about my side of the story last year, I meant what happened the night before the police and CPS showed up at the front door. I explained what I did that night in a comment in my original post, but I didn't mention that due to a contraction happening when she was being given the epidural, my wife sleeps better propped up, so she slept on the couch, while myself and the kids slept upstairs. The next morning is when I woke up to the cops at the door with CPS. I was charged with child abandonment and arrested. It took over a month for the truth to come out about my kids, making this up due to the fact my daughter was saying I was abusing her. The CPS agent conducting the investigation tried to ask more details, and that's when my daughter started crying and admitted she made it up because she couldn't give details. The only reason my daughter even knew what sex was is because my ex and I were in the bedroom, and we both thought the other locked the door, and my daughter walked in on us. Moving to now, I don't know how my son got this supposed concussion. We had court again on Monday, and when the judge asked her, she told him that, after talking with a state trooper, we have decided to not press criminal charges. I asked the judge if there was any evidence that they had about what they're claiming I did, and he told me that since no charges were filed, there's no evidence gathered to give to me. I want to thank everyone for their answers on my last post. Thinking about those feelings was making me sick to my stomach, and I just needed some perspectives from people who weren't emotionally involved. I thought about this since last month, and I made the decision to tell the judge I want the divorce process and this EPO to be over and done with, and that I just want to be left alone. I'm still questioning if this was the right decision or not. I'm just not sure what else I could do. I work 12-hour days, 5 to 6 days a week. I have no way to take care of the kids, so I can't take them in. Even then, am I supposed to get to the point where the court system says supervised visits aren't needed anymore and just start wearing a body camera around the kids and just be scared all the time, looking over my shoulder constantly just to make sure that I'm not going to end up in jail again? We have a hearing set up for the end of the year to hopefully get everything finalized and finished. I keep thinking about the kids going trick-or-treating, going to school, how we won't be decorating Christmas trees together or making cookies for Santa, and I start crying all over again. I'm not sure what else I could have done, though, that wouldn't have made me a paranoid mess 24/7. Thank you again for everyone saying I wasn't an asshole for feeling this way. Have a good one, Reddit. Alright, well, let's not waste any time and move on to the second update. First, to clear it up, my wife said, in her words, that she just isn't in love with me anymore, and we've both become too different. She's religious, I'm not. Both have different views on things that we can't come to an agreement on, so she wanted a divorce. After last year, I wanted to get us into therapy and got some recommendations from marriage counselors and gave her the list and said that I'd be fine with whoever she chose, so long as we worked on it. She never chose anyone and kept making excuses about why every time I asked. Now an update, a really small update that I wasn't expecting to make. I had left a voicemail for the CPS agent assigned to the current situation with my son, asking for an update on everything because I haven't heard anything since the beginning of last month. She had to look in her case notes, but everything has been found to be unsubstantiated. I should be getting the official paperwork in a few days to a week in the mail. I'm not sure how to feel about this, honestly. I'm relieved that the truth has come out about these allegations, angry that this has happened to me twice now, happy that this is one step closer to being finished. I want to cry, but I couldn't tell you the specific emotion that's causing it. I'm taking some other Redditors' words to heart and putting in a request to my state police records department to get copies of any and all paperwork, evidence or lack thereof, anything I can get my hands on from them. I'm also getting copies of my son's medical records so I can see exactly what was found back at the beginning of last month. I know a lot of you don't believe this, and I don't care. I have nothing to gain from lying about this. I'm just going on survival mode. I only just got a full-sized fridge 2 days ago. I only have an air mattress for a bed. I'm just tired. I want this over with. I want things to go back to January when all I had to worry about was the fact I was recovering from a car wreck and couldn't even help take down the Christmas trees and get a new car. All right. So that was OP's situation up until 2 months ago. So now let's fast forward to the present for the final update. So I didn't think I would be back with any sort of update until the end of the year, but here I am. First, I want to thank everyone for their comments. The ones who tell me I'm NTA for feeling this way. The ones who said this was fake bull, which got me laughing a bit. and for all the advice everyone's given me. Second, for the ones who DM me. I also want to say thank you for reaching out. I may not have answered, but I really appreciated reading the messages. After my last update, I tried looking for something to do on my days off of work. My first thought was the animal shelter nearby, because it's not even a 5-minute drive from my house. Turns out it's closed on my days off. I looked around for neighboring counties, and those were even less helpful. A lot of them required I attend some sort of orientation, but there's no set day of the week for the orientations. I know it would be good for my mental health in the long run, but in the short term, taking a day off from work, potentially, to attend the orientation and making my paycheck smaller isn't helpful. So I decided to try dating. I wasn't going into this looking for anything serious. I was wanting to try some casual dates to just get out of the house and meet people. That's not what happened. I made a profile on a dating app and kinda just left it alone. One of the pictures I had put on there was of my cat. He's an orange cat presenting as a tuxedo cat. No brain cell whatsoever. I got a message, and this woman was talking about how cute my cat was and how he matched one of hers. We talked about our cats for a while. Then things got flirty, and I asked her out on a date. I feel like it went well, since she stuck around anyway. We found out that there are so many similarities between what we like and our senses of humor that my friends think I found a female version of myself, which I think is funny because when she meets them, that means they're screwed. After almost a month of us talking and going on the occasional date, I told her I had some things to tell her and then something to ask her. I was upfront with everything that happened last year and this year, showing her the paperwork that I had to show that I was innocent in all of this. After telling her all of this, I asked if she still wanted to stick around or if she wanted to walk away and not get dragged into any drama that she could get put through just because of us having a relationship. She hugged me, cried for me, which got me to start crying, and told me that she was sorry I had to go through something like that. Once the two of us stopped trying to flood my house from crying, more myself than her, I asked her if she wanted to make things official between us, and she said yes. I was honestly so scared to tell her about what happened with my kids and ex. I was dead certain that once I told any prospective girlfriend this, they would walk away so that their own lives wouldn't get ruined. But she stayed, and I'm so incredibly grateful for that. We agreed to take it slow so that we don't rush into anything too quickly. I can't remember which of my posts it was on, and to be honest, there's too many comments on them all to be able to find them. But a Redditor said that, essentially, they hope I find someone and can actually be happy after all of this drama with my ex-wife and kids. I want to thank them for saying that, because between them speaking it into existence and my cat being, well, him, it seems to have worked. I'm not back up to 100% though. I'm still scared that something else will happen that will somehow mess my life up even more. I'm scared of the cops showing up at my house with new allegations even though I haven't done anything. I'm scared of running into my ex or the kids in public just by going grocery shopping and somehow getting arrested over it. Every time I drive home and a sheriff, state police, or city police vehicle comes down towards me or drives by the house, I can feel my anxiety spike. I have cameras up that record my front door, back door, and where I park my car outside my house, and cameras inside that cover my front door and my back door. I have other means of showing my location on my phone and where I've traveled, if I've traveled at all that day. I keep any receipts from shopping or even grabbing something to eat while in town, just so I have timestamps of where I've been and when I was there. It's a mess, but I'm doing what I can. I'm looking forward to learning more about my girlfriend that my dingus of a cat helped me meet. I'm looking forward to being able to not live in fear of police. I'm looking forward to being able to live and not just not die right now. Again, I want to thank everyone for their thoughts, advice, comments, everything. I'm still gathering paperwork and what evidence I can about all of this. And sadly, I still don't have answers about why this has been happening. I don't know how my son got this supposed concussion. I don't know if my ex is coaching them. I don't know if someone is in their lives because of my ex that is causing all of this. I don't know if I'll get those answers, but right now I'm going to keep searching and fighting for myself until I either can't find anything else or I get answers. Well, OP, the good news is that you're safe. You're moving forward, starting a new chapter, and it truly sounds like your girlfriend is fully in your corner and has your back. Even if you don't have all the answers right now, you still have a lot to look forward to. Wishing you nothing but the best, OP. Thank you so much for sharing your story, and take care. Now, let's end this video on a lighter note with a mood booster post. This post is from the subreddit Malicious Compliance. Joey Jojo _senior. Manager insisted we do timesheets after hours. At our work, timesheets have to be filled in every fortnight on a Friday, by close of business, to be processed first thing Monday morning. Our manager was a really chill woman who would sign off on timesheets Friday morning and then send them to payroll before 5 p.m. She went on leave because her daughter was having a baby, and we got some young dude to temporarily fill in as manager. This guy was a total D-bag. One of the things he did was insist we complete timesheets only after we'd worked our fortnightly hours. This meant we had to work until 5, then get our timesheets signed, and then get them to payroll. Except payroll closes at 5, which meant we couldn't get our timesheets to payroll until Monday morning, and they'd be processed late. So we decided we'd take our time filling in timesheets. A lot of us hang around chatting on a Friday because there's a bar across the road that does cheap drinks 6 to 7 p.m. So we'd leisurely do our timesheets, and D-bag manager would have to hang around to sign them all. One week, we didn't give them to him until right before 6 p.m. He was pissed. This lasted about 6 weeks. I guess something got flagged somewhere that our whole department wasn't getting paid on time. D-bag manager was quickly identified as the culprit and given the boot. They ended up getting one of my co-workers to take over until our real manager came back, and justice got served. Hopefully the lesson was imprinted in bag manager. Thanks for sharing, OP. And that's it for today's video. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch it. Now, if you've gotten to this point in the video, I assume that you like these stories that I'm reading out. So, here are a couple more that you might enjoy. And if you don't have any time to watch another story right now, save it for later. And also, don't forget to hit that subscribe button